our predictions for the 2024
Dutch
Grand Prix. We're here. It's returned. Formula One. After quite literally a slumber. Formula One went into slumber. I know that it's supposed to with the summer break, but you just think maybe something will pop up, but not really. But we are now back, and we're ready for the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Tommy, your favourite race of the year, surely, because you are a Max Verstappen fan. I'm sure that you've got a lot of Max delusion in your predictions this week.
Maybe.
How are we feeling now that we're back?
I'm excited. Yeah, it was a nice break, but looking forward to F1 back big time. It's going to be very good indeed. Just, yeah, as soon as the lights go out again, it's just the best sport in the world, isn't it?
Before we dive into the predictions, the US live show that we are doing, some people have said, I'm not buying a ticket until you call it a North American tour. So a North American tour tickets, so that person now has to buy a ticket. The link is in the description. Okay, we've sold out New York. Toronto's pretty much sold out. There's a few more tickets to the other venues, so come and see me and Tommy live in the flesh. And there's one in Austin, isn't there, Tommy, after the race, but we've pushed back the time so that you can go to Austin, enjoy yourself, and then come and see myself and Tommy in downtown Austin at Emo's. It's going to be a banger!
It's going to be insane, and I can't wait. And it's very close now, and it's like, oh.
I literally thought you were just going to say it's going to be insane, and I can't wait. I was like, Tommy, come on, give me some more than that. Anyway, let's dive into our predictions, where the scores are 36 to Tommy, 33 for me, so we don't really care. Let's dive into biggest good surprise. Have I been staring into my Ferrari shrine? Have I cooked up? No. Fernando Alonso is my biggest good surprise. So I looked up the weather, and I went, oh, I'm going to get baited. Rain on Friday by the looks of things. A potential sprinkle on Sunday. And let's not forget Fernando Alonso. Woo! He was chefing last year around here. I know he was actually driving a car that had grip and speed, whereas now potentially not. But there has to be a time where we're going to see a Fernando masterclass, because we haven't seen one in a while. And look, if he qualifies well, it could be Zandvoort, because we know how difficult it is to overtake around here.
Interesting. I hope you're right, because you normally are with the biggest good surprise. So fingers crossed for you.
Am I usually right? Biggest good surprise? It's just flop, isn't it?
Normally you get them a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but you're winning by 3 points because you just keep saying Max Verstappen's going to win. So anyway, what's yours?
He hasn't won in ages, actually.
True. Your crazy prediction better not be what I think it is. Right. Anyway, we'll get onto that later on. I swear to God, I will slap you. Go on. What's your biggest good surprise?
My biggest good surprise is Alexander Albon. I just feel like Williams are going to be good around here. No offense to Logan, but not enough to predict Logan as biggest good surprise. Alex, yeah, I think we could see maybe a point, if not a good finishing position. So,
yeah, I like the way that you've said that. It's like maybe a point, but also a really solid 13th place, and therefore,
yeah, exactly.
I'll be asking for at least.
I don't have to lock in the result. I'm not going to
True.
throw myself under the bus. But I think Alex Albon's going to have a good weekend.
Nice and vague. We love to see that. Right, let's go to biggest flop. I'm sorry. He posted some absolutely filth IG summer break photos, but it's Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is my biggest flop. Not because I don't think he's going to... As with all of this, you know that flop is vibes. However, I've got a theory. We interviewed Carlos Sainz last year, and it was the only time that we've actually given driver a good luck. This year we have not had our anniversary podcast with Carlos Sainz, and therefore it's going to be a floppy weekend. That is my brainwaves doing
Interesting.
something.
I can admit to you now that I almost went for Carlos Sainz as well.
For the same reason?
No, just vibes, and also maybe I don't know if this is just in my head, but I feel like when people announce a new contract, normally in the next race, things don't go to plan.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I did nearly go for Carlos.
Oh.
But instead, I've gone for Lewis Hamilton, who's on a very good run of form. And yeah, I just don't feel like he's going to have as good of a weekend as normal. His I think in the few races we've seen from him, his brilliance has been, he's finally kind of qualified higher up the order, and then he comes into his own in the races. But of course, we know how difficult it is to overtake at a track like Zandvoort. It's incredibly difficult.
But we're still excited.
We're very excited. I can't wait for it to get back. And especially if it rains. Last year was incredible. It was a great race last year.
Okay, let's go to pole position, shall we? Who is starting from the front of the field? It's Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri. Now, I have no idea why I feel this in my bones, but summer break. And Oscar is good in qualifying. He's very good in qualifying. Let's not forget this, right? This is a not far away from Monaco-esque kind of Grand Prix. If Oscar sticks it on pole, he's got a very good chance of securing a great result. And I am still believing that McLaren are going to be very good. They should be. They've been great all year, pretty much. So why would they not be after Zandvoort when we've had the summer break, so the teams can't really do much anyway?
I have gone for Max Verstappen, pole position at Zandvoort. Who would bet against it? Even with his run of form not being great, he's so good around that circuit. It is a circuit that some may argue is only on the calendar for him. He's driven there so much in his life. He has dominated the Grand Prix every year. I could see him getting pole position. Do I really need to explain more of a Max Verstappen
what
pole?
What more is there to say? Take a shot. Right, let's go to our top three then, shall we? And in third position, I am locking in Lando Norris. Yes, McLaren will still be very good. Lando will get out qualified. He will finish third. That is my thinking. Sorry, not sorry.
My P3 is Charles.
I knew it. As soon as you got a little bit sexy there, you were like, you were feeling yourself. I was like, you're saying Charles, aren't you? Love that from you.
Yeah, it's all vibes, and the vibes are strong with the Charles Leclerc.
No, there's common sense in there as well.
I think they could be good around here. It's an unusual circuit. It rewards, speed and bravery, and if it is difficult to overtake, we all know how good Charles is in qualifying. So yeah, I'm feeling a Charles Leclerc podium.
So is it fair to say that, obviously with Hungary, we call it Monaco without the walls? Do we say Zandvoort is Monaco with hills?
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
It's not really Monaco because it's quite high speed, but then it's not really high speed, is it?
No. I mean, Formula 1 cars go quite fast around Monaco at times, but yeah. I mean, look,
and Hungary.
I'm just trying to see. Maybe I should have put Charles in my top three. Spoiler alert. Right, second place. I am going for Max Verstappen. Yes, Max Verstappen will finish second for the first time at his home Grand Prix, and it will be pain and misery for him, sadly, because second will not be enough. But he will still extend his championship lead, I'm sure. So, well done, Max.
P2, I have gone for Lando Norris. I think he's going to finish ahead of Oscar Piastri. He will be recharged after his break. Oh, sorry, I just spoiled it. Well, there's no surprises there who I'm going to go for. Lando, I think Lando will have kind of picked himself up from a disappointing Belgian Grand Prix. Seemed like it had got to him quite a lot, and he needed that recharge, and I think he will have that, and he will deliver a very good performance again, and I do think McLaren will be quick.
Okay, first position. Who is winning the Dutch Grand Prix? For me, it's Oscar Piastri. He signs, seals, delivers pole position. He's going to win the race. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like you got a great chance of winning around here if you stick it on pole. And yeah, I think I've been thoroughly impressed with Oscar recently. And this is the kind of track that if you get at the front, you've got a brilliant opportunity. So Oscar Piastri, P1, and yes, full delusion is clearly kicking, but not for Ferrari for once. For McLaren. Well done.
So P1, I've gone for Sergio. No, I've gone for Max Verstappen, of course. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. You wouldn't bet against him unless you're Matt and go for Oscar Piastri. I think it will be a lot closer. It comes down to if he can get pole. It's not going to be anywhere near as easy as it was for him maybe the last couple of seasons.
Especially if Max qualifies third and you have both the McLarens on the front row, that's going to be
it's
something
pressure.
to really... That's going to be very difficult to overhaul, isn't it?
And it would be fascinating because it's really hard to overtake, so it's how much risk he is willing to take. We know he's Max Verstappen, even with that he's not going to protect his championship lead and think about that. He's going to want to win the Dutch Grand Prix again. He wants to win every race. Every driver wants to win every race, but he will want to make sure that he continues to just have that like 100% record at Zandvoort. So
okay, one crazy prediction. Mine is Alonso beats one of the top 4 team drivers on pure pace.
So Perez.
Let's not get into the nitty gritty. Let's not get into the nitty gritty here, Tommy. I tried to just get that through without you saying that. When I actually wrote that down, I didn't think Perez. Yeah.
You forgot Perez is almost kind of not a top team. He might be. He was at Spa, to be fair to him.
He was on the front row. I know he finished 8th, but he was on the front row. So,
and there is that big gap, isn't there? So, to be fair, like the more as soon as you said that, I was like, no, you can't have that. But now I do think about it. You are predicting a specific driver to break into that team, so it's a bit more crazy than I thought.
Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing it, Tommy, the overlord. I bow down to you, sir.
My crazy prediction is that it's not about Max Verstappen. It is that Zhou Guanyu out-qualifies Bottas.
Gets more than a 5 out of 10.
Imagine if I said that gets more than a 5. And I'm just like, 6 out of 10. I enjoyed how he navigated turn 3 on lap 42.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's a good loophole, isn't it? One crazy prediction. I will give Zhou a 6 out of 10 or more. Then just like 6 out of 10.
And then I forget and then don't.
So it was that you think that he will out-qualify Bottas?
Yes.
Is Bottas leaving the pit lane, or?
We'll see. I mean, I'll take the default if Bottas doesn't leave the pit lane. But obviously, more thought in mind was that Zhou will actually have a good qualifying, which is very rare.
Well, fingers crossed for him. That happens, but not for you, actually. I don't want you to score any more points. So we'll move on from that one and go to the fans. Bob Morris Jr. Perez gets into Q3. How is this a crazy prediction? He was on the front row of the grid. He was on the front row of the grid last time out, and now it's him getting into Q3 as a crazy prediction. What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. That one was high up
through
the
the
list,
net.
and I put it in, and now I'm like,
I mean, it'll be
no,
dry
that's
qualifying. It'll be dry qualifying, so maybe.
I think I'm more like, yeah, it's not really a crazy one, is it?
But also, look, if we're actually going to dissect this, though, it's a short track, which means qualifying is going to be very close between teams and drivers. So, look, we'll allow it because it also will be dry, and I think Perez got.
Where did Perez qualify at the Dutch Grand Prix last year? That's the big question, whether we allow this prediction. He did. He was 7th.
Oh, 7th. Okay, all right. So we could have just pretended and said 12th, and then this would have made it. But instead, we are.
I feel like maybe it was a couple of years ago he didn't. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're locked in now. Doesn't matter. Who's going to complain? Apart from everyone. Let's go to the next one. Saint Margrebi. Logan Sargent will score points. Now that is crazy. We're making up for the last one. With Logan Sargent will score points. One of the most delusional predictions I think I have seen. But I like the fact that Saint is feeling a bit spicy with that one. What do you think, Tommy?
Well, like I said with my Alex Albon prediction, I do think Williams will do well, but not. I didn't go that far. But
I mean, you even
if he does, he could.
him.
Of course, a point would catapult him to P19 in the championship. So
I love the way you use catapult. Just like sarcastically using catapult's great. Right, and finally, Davis 30507. Yuki will finish in the top 6. Okay. Now that is also not even the wildest of those 3, to be honest with you, because Yuki has had a good season. So let's see. And I can see why you chose it as well, Tommy, because it's to do with Yuki and it's a positive statement. So
of course.
There you go. Let's see if Yuki Tsunoda manages it. And that is it. Formula 1 is back. We are back. We cannot wait to slam you with content. That's a strange old sentence.
It's not P1 After Dark. It's not.
This is not
Matt
the
normally
Patreon.
saves that kind of stuff for the Patreon, but wow.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. We can't wait to give you lots of content. And we will see you very soon. Lots of love.
Bye.